Did I just walk on top of the TV? Ah, didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Ash, and this is my entry to my own game jam. It is a fan game that I'm creating about Unus Annus, Memento Mori. I've said this about 1,000,000 times, so I guess instead of wasting time and completely defeating the purpose of Unus Annus to begin with, I should just get started. Today, I hope to create a very simple menu, or not a menu just yet. I wanted to create the thing that the menu is going to be built around, which is going to be switching cameras, and just to make things interesting, we're going to copy this button that I made in the last video, and we're actually going to put it in this house. This house still has a lot of work to be done. Whoopsie daisy. But we are going to go ahead and start using some of the events here so that you have a little bit more to look at than just a blank floor, right? That gets boring, I'm sure. So we are going to step on this button, and this is the button that moves the camera. It teleports the player, it disables the player control, and it turns on a switch to game start so that the common event that listens for key presses can operate. However, I don't want all this to happen. I really just want the player control to be disabled, and I want game start to be turned on. So we're going to do that, and we should already have our common event set up. Just to remind you what that looks like, all it's doing is it's listening for left, right, and accept, and it only operates when the game start switch is on. So it will constantly be feeding the values of the states of the keys that are pressed or not into those three variables. However, to test this properly, we need to make a couple of adjustments to our blue button. I think, no, not the blue button. We need to make a separate event, so we're going to do that. We're going to throw the event right here. I'm not going to give it a graphic. And we're going to let it be a synchronized and repeat event. So what this one is going to do is it's going to be waiting. And as soon as... we won't do that here. It's going to be a condition. As soon as key left is equal to 1, which means it is being pressed, not being held, not being tapped rapidly, not being let go of, as soon as it's equal to 1, as soon as it's... I think that doesn't mean pressed. Let's do 2. Let's do 2. As soon as it's equal to 2, then we are going to move player. We're going to make the player, where is that? There you are. Make player walk. We're going to make the player walk left. We're not going to do anything here. Interruption if you cannot move. Yeah, that's fine. We're not going to worry about passing over elevation levels or through events or fixing their direction, and we just want to move one step. So we're going to add another event sheet, and this time we're going to look at whether or not key right is equal to 1. Same exact thing. This time, we're going to move the player to the right. And I think that's all we're going to do for this test. I'm going to go ahead and play test. The purpose of this will be to figure out if we can manage limiting the player's inputs. Obviously, in this beginning part, after my intro and everything, you're going to be instructed. You're going to be told you can run around this house just fine, no issues, before you're ready to start. I'm going to have a little computer station set up over here, and to interact with the computer when you're ready to begin. But as soon as you do, the event that I'm putting in this button happens. And now, I can't push up or down. I can rotate the camera. We will disable that some way or another. And I can move left, but not right. Alright, something's broken. And I think I know what it is. So the key left is automatically started, synchronized, and repeated. But key right was only set to fire when the main hero talks, and we don't want that. We want it synchronized. So now We're actually going to put this button here. Give me a little bit more left and right walk space, and playtest this bad boy. Isn't this a little bit more fun? We have a nice, beautiful house to walk through. They both work. I can walk left and right, and it's not moving me when I hold the key. Actually, when I hold the key down to the right, it does scroll me. Interesting. I don't want that to happen, so I want it to be left, like my left key input, where I can hold the button down, but I only move once. That's how I want my cameras to operate. When you move to the next camera, even if you're holding the button down, I don't want the cameras to scroll. I want you to push the key for each time, because I think that gives you better control. Okay. So key right is set to fire whenever the key right variable equals 1. Let's make that equal 2 instead. So now it should be a lot smoother. It should only step once per key press. We actually gotta step on it first. Yes. Yep. You only move once per key press in either direction, and you can move multiple spaces by just pushing the key multiple times. Look, that's pretty interesting. If you're on the edge of the tile, when you push the button and you have your direction limited, you cannot move as you would, because of the boundaries of the tile, because it's letting you move per space. It's not pixel movement. Interesting. We're not going to be using the movement, so I really don't care, but that's interesting for future stuff. So your characters can't pixel move during cutscenes and things like that. They'll always move the whole tile. It's too bad. Alright, so good. That's done. And we're actually, like, kind of done. Let's delete the excess house map. I don't need that. What I do want to have, however, is, did this have the camera angles in it? I think it did. I want to put the camera angle stuff in now, but I do kind of worry that it's too early, because I haven't done anything to the house. I haven't made the house bigger yet. But I guess that doesn't really matter, right? I can still set up the framework. So let's set up the framework. Right. Let's start putting down prototype. And actually, it's just one event. It's not several events. So, and it's not that one. Yeah, it is. Actually, it is that one. So when key left is equal to 2, walk 1 space to the left. I actually don't want to do that. I want to change the camera. Here's what's interesting. What I'm gonna have to start doing now is putting in variables to track where the camera is versus where it goes when you press left or right. So key left no longer moves you to the left. Key left now subtracts a variable from a variable box. It's going to be number 7, and we're going to call this camera. Pretty simple, right? And we are just going to subtract a 1 and let that be that. For key right, we're going to do almost the same thing. In fact, I'm going to copy that event even and paste it right in here. And we're going to add a 1. So now that that's happening, I'm going to need another common event to listen for these, right? Actually, I think I could use this event. I may need to do some thinking about this because I got this far and it's like, you know what? I can do this. I can put these in loops. So we're going to, as I explained in a previous video, we'll have to teleport the player before we do anything else. Hey. And we'll make the first camera, we'll put it above this door, and we're going to aim it right at the kitchen. Someone's in the kitchen midnight. And we're going to change the camera to a first-person view. That is 0 seconds, so it is instant. And this is going to assume that I'm already standing where I need to be standing. We don't want to be changing the camera that much. We actually just want to raise up the height to like maybe 2, and we're going to look down into the kitchen. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, okay. That's not a bad first try. I think I can see this being a bit of a lengthy process. I'm going to need to move the camera down and a bit to the right. So I'm going to need a tool to help me with this. What kind of tool do I need that will help me with this? I can tell you, and I can show you how to build it right now. All right, so we want to edit game data. We want another common event. We are going to call this one camera pause for position. And we're going to go in here, and what we want to do is we want the advanced variable box operations. We're going to go into variable 8. We are going to get the camera settings, the X. We're going to assign it. And then we are going to put that in display text on screen as image. And we're just going to use image display number 1. It'll be fine. I think the convention we want to use is V8, just like that. If it's not, then it's /V8. We'll see. We will see pretty quick. We're gonna save the file so that doesn't get lost. I don't know what happened to that. And that should, there it is. The top one. The top, yes. Oh, that's so beautiful. Do you see this right now? That's our camera position in X. So I know that that's the correct convention. Let's go to edit game data. We're going to go back to the camera position common event, and this is how you're going to do this. So do this with me. If you want to be able to create scenes using your camera positions, but you find yourself having to do a lot of guesswork because you can't figure out where the heck your camera is because it's not super intuitive, give yourself free control over your character. Allow your character to move over terrain, ignore height, all of that. Give yourself total camera control and keep these variables showing up on your screen. So how we're going to do that is we have a camera position common event. We're going to edit it, and we have already assigned the camera position, the X value, to a variable, and we have displayed that variable on the screen. We're going to be doing another one of these for V9, another one for V10, another one for V\V11, and you have to encase the number itself in brackets. No big deal. So we've got those 5 things there. We're good. We are just awesome. But we are going to now, we'll actually copy the variable box operations, paste it here. We're going to paste it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want a 5th one. The reason that we want 5 is because we get to have 5 different properties to track. So we might as well track them all, right? Camera pos Y. That's what we're going to look at. And we're going to get the Y from that. The camera pos, there's not a camera Z. What's the next one? I think it's camera field of view. So camera pos FOV. We'll grab the camera settings field of view for that. And the next one, what was the next one? Distance for only normal, and eye height for only first person view. So, and mode. So there was a sixth property. We won't track that. We will track, it's tough. That's tough, man. It's tough. We'll do eye height, and we'll call the variable camera pause. We'll spell the whole thing out. Eye height. Wonderful, right? Make sure we have it selected. The fifth one, do I want to track it? We'll track distance. Why not? We'll track camera distance. Camera pause distance. No problem. We'll just do that. So we'll have I kind of did these a little bit backwards because it goes field of view, then distance, then eye height. I kind of let I got ahead of myself is what I did. So we're not going to do that. It's XY, field of view, distance, eye height. And this is the one that needs distance. Yes. And this is the one that needs eye height. Perfect. Apply that bad boy. Hit OK. Make sure you save. I don't want weird things disappearing because we didn't save or whatever. All of our stuff is right there in the top left screen. If you want to apply some text before that describes what those values are for, like going ahead and typing out camera X, camera Y, things like that, you can do that. But this keeps track of the rotation of the camera on the Y axis. This keeps track of the rotation of the camera around the X axis. So it stops at 35, but you can set that to continue going past 35. You'll have to event it though. And then the 4 is the field of view. You can change that with C and V. It is not an integer. It is measured in tiles. So we're 4 tiles away, and that's as far as we can get, and we can be up to 0 tiles away. So we're literally in the same, I would say, tile space cubed as the character, and that's how that can be set to 0. Now we are 4 tiles away. That doesn't quite seem right. What does the 4 mean? I don't really think it means tiles. Did I just walk on top of the TV? Yes, I did. I walked right on top of the TV. Very, very naughty. And the eye height is set to 1, which we can verify that by just going into first person mode, but we can't change it. Oh look, our X and Y changed. Our X is now 0, and our Y changes from 0 to 360 in 90-degree increments. And we can look up and down. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Oh, and you can zoom in and out as well. That's right. So you can change the field of view with those keys. The eye height. What is the 70 now? I can't remember. I thought it was eye height. It's got to be eye height. So it's at 70, and then this is still 70. But what did it mean? Screw it. Field of view. I think it's field of view. Yeah, 70 is the field of view. Okay, and then the eye height is 1. I believe those are the values that I tracked, right? All right, so that's all for this episode. We have a tool in place that will help us get exact values of our camera, which we're going to have to write down, and then we'll translate those values into the camera event. So the event panel that tells us where the camera should be placed exactly. And then we'll go mess around. I'll probably go ahead and like turn off where the character can't walk up on stuff. I'll just have my character able to walk on everything, and I'll look around, look down into the rooms, and I'll adjust the camera values accordingly in the event. So I'll be able to capture all of the camera values I need just running around the house, looking down into rooms in first person, because those are where my security camera locations will be. And then I'll be able to go into my event and put those camera values in there. So we had a bit of a setback, but it was a good learning opportunity, and it was a great teaching opportunity in case you need something like this for your game. But if you have a better way of doing it, feel free to let me know. I would love any help that I can get. And that's all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, learned something, etc. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. I've got no idea what kind of content I'm going to be putting out tomorrow. I actually have been mandated to work overtime every Friday for the next 10, 12 weeks, some crap like that. I'm pretty bummed out about it because it's going to take a big chunk of time away from my game and content creation, but I'm still going to endeavor to make a video a day. I just have to find time to do it, and the quality is going to suffer just a bit, but the cadence means so much to me. But thank you very much for your support, and I hope you look forward to the future videos, and I hope that you don't find the quality too poor because I'm so constrained with time. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.